In this episode, we're going to talk about the most important thing in your funnel.
Welcome to Health Business Mastery, the Creative Thirst podcast. I'm your host, Bobby Hewitt.
So what is the most important thing of any funnel? Well, it seems like everywhere I go online, I'm seeing ads for how to get traffic. Facebook traffic, Instagram traffic, a host of every sort of traffic you can imagine, all with the goal to get more eyeballs to your site. Everyone is focused on traffic, but no one is talking about the pink elephant in the room. The smart marketing pros talk about the pink elephant all the time, and they talk about traffic too. It's just that they put a lot more effort and more emphasis on the pink elephant than the traffic. What is the pink elephant, you ask? It's what makes paid traffic work for some businesses, while it completely crashes and burns for other businesses. It's the offer. The offer that you're selling is more important than anything else. No amount of traffic is going to fix a weak offer. If you scale traffic to a weak offer, you're just going to amplify poor results. However, if your offer is stronger than your traffic, then the right traffic will only add to your success. Taking your offer from meh to great can make or break your supplement business, especially when it comes to cold traffic sales. Yet, sadly, the offer gets very little thought at all. Crafting an irresistible offer is usually the most challenging part of many businesses that I talk to, mostly because marketers are not used to thinking about the offer at all. They're all worried about traffic or copy, thinking these will solve all their problems. The shortcut solution in many health marketing industries is to outright blatantly copy other offers. But how do you know if you're copying a winning offer or a losing one? Most people will tell you to just see what's selling, see what the top offers are that are making the most on ClickBank, or see what offers are getting used over and over in email by following or subscribing to a whole bunch of email newsletters. That's pretty much all they tell you. And if that's all you got, I guess it works. But the problem is, there's not just one factor of success. So if you see something that's constantly being advertised, or if it's the top thing in ClickBank for this week, it may not be the offer. It may be a multitude of factors that are working. Seasoned direct response pros will say it's the copy that makes a sales funnel. Others will tell you it's the list. Some will say it's all three, the copy, the list, and the offer combined. What I mean by list is really traffic. Well, they're all kind of right, and they're all kind of wrong at the same time. People think of these three elements, copy, traffic, and offer, as separate things. And they kind of are separate, but they're also connected. All three pieces are of the same puzzle, yet each one is weighted differently depending on the market's desire and the level of market sophistication. Here's one way to look at them as an intertwined element together. So copywriting is the expression of ideas, but the offer can determine the success of the copy. You see, even weak copy can work with an irresistible offer, and great copy can make a crappy offer work, at least with warm traffic, that is. Typically, the same crappy offer won't work with cold traffic, though. And that's where most of you are. That's where most of the scale is in the growth of this industry. Crafting an offer specifically for cold traffic funnel is an entirely different beast. So the copy and the traffic and the offer are really connected. Now, when you're testing these elements, you want to test them separately. You can A/B test an offer as a single variable with different traffic, or even different segments or channels of your traffic. You can A/B test just the copy alone and keep the offer the same, or you can A/B test just the offer with the same traffic and the same copy. But what makes an offer really work? A large part of what makes the offer work is not your product or your price, but the marketplace. This is the part that's intertwined. An offer explodes when there's a hungry market for it, which starts with the question, what does the market want? The problem is, most businesses answer that question by explaining what their product does. First, you have to understand what the market wants, then make them an offer that they can't refuse. So this goes back to the marketplace and the marketplace sophistication. Look back in the last few episodes for more information about that. The marketplace is really the key to making it all work. And to tap into what the market wants requires a deep understanding of the competitive ecosystem of your product category, along with knowing what the market's desires, hopes, fears, and trust level is for your product and your company. Desire is already inherent in the marketplace. They already desire something. You can amplify that and you can create that. Now, on the other hand, the pull towards hope acts as a propelling force to that new future state. The foundation of belief is the bedrock that your offer is built on top of, without which it will crumble and fall. And the anxiety of trust can scare away even the most desiring and hopeful of prospects. If your product's trust level or your company or industry trust level looks slightly suspicious, your prospect can be spooked and driven away from the sale. And those are the 4 buying forces frameworks that we use in every A/B test. In a nutshell, very briefly explained. But that's not really the focus of this episode. The focus of this episode is really the offer. What is an offer? We haven't defined that yet. Let's do that now. Believe it or not, it's easier to define what an offer is by talking about what it is not. The offer is not your product. It's not a bottle of your supplement, but it is what you sell. The offer is not your sales page. Your sales page, whether that be a webinar, a quiz, a long-form sales letter, a video sales letter, they're all methods in which you sell the offer. It is the way in which you're trying to convince someone to take your offer, not the offer itself. The offer is what gets a prospect to buy. You could have a single product and create multiple offers for it. An offer is created around the product itself. It's also created around the marketplace and what else is out there. It's the positioning of the product. The offer has to have an underlying value to the consumer and not just be a 20-minute sales pitch. The offer might be learn how to stretch to relieve your sciatica pain, and at the end of your exercise guide, you lead them to your supplement product, which has its own unique offer. So the big takeaway here is that the offer is about how you package and present it. Let's say you have one supplement product. You can have multiple offers for that. For example, do you want to buy 1 bottle, 2 bottles, or 4 bottles? Or do you want to buy 1 bottle at 50% off versus a buy one, get one free offer? Which, by the way, is the exact same thing financially. They are just presented in different ways. This is one easy offer test you can do to see which presentation of the offer sells more to a specific traffic source. You may think how you package an offer may be a killer offer, but the way you offer the package may not be. especially with cold traffic. I see a lot of people in the health space complaining because they package different products and bonuses together, and then they complain that it didn't work. When the truth is, they never really tested the offer. You can't really make assumptions. You have to test. There are several key elements that you should include in the test within your offer presentation, and we're going to go over each one of those right here. The first one in offer structure architecture is the answer to the question, how many? This seems like an obvious one, but in revenue optimization, you can't take anything for granted. A slight shift in how many and how much you offer can mean the difference between a $5 million and a $10 million business. You can present your product in several different ways, remember, even if all you have is one single supplement product. For example, you can offer 3 different options for the same product. This is very common in the health supplement space, a 1, 3, and 6. And you can even have multiple variations of those 3 options. So you can present your buy options, again, as a 1, 3, and 6, or even as a one bottle with monthly subscription, or a 2 bottle. So you still have 3 offers, a 1, 1, 2 versus a 1, 3, 6. But it's not limited to just that. The options are really limitless. You don't be afraid to offer an outrageous supply either, like a 12 bottle option. It may not be many people that will take it, but some will. And the higher the supply, the higher the price point, which could change the numbers dramatically, enough to be a game changer in some people's funnels. Or you might want to position the higher option as an anchor, as a decoy offer to move people to the middle or the lower offer. It's not just simply how many and how much can you come up with. There's a strategic side to it, of what you're offering and why you're offering it. Remember, you're likely going to have upsells after this, so those 2 offers kind of go hand in hand. You don't want to capitalize one for the other. So there's a lot more than simply options available to you than the traditional 1, 3, 6. Now, the second part of the offer is how much. This is where price comes into play. And just like how many, there are tons of ways to package the answer to how much. The simplest is a discount offer. Again, with an eye towards strategy, you might want to reserve some discounts for special reasons, like a standard 5% off coupon offer for retargeting, or just for opting in, and then have a scaling discount the more qualified the prospect gets. For example, 20% off offer only for abandoned carts, and a 15% off offer to save a sale for people that call to cancel their monthly subscription. There's a lot you can do with a simple percentage off offer, as well as a BOGO offer. A buy 1, get 1, a buy 2, get 1, a buy 3, get 3. It all depends on the economics of the product and how much margin you have, as well as a trade-off for revenue goals in the short term. Remember, you want to acquire customers. The third key element is payment terms. Payment terms are an alternative form of how much. This works for price points that are typically 3 digits. So essentially, you're breaking up the total into installments, usually 2 or 3 installments in most cases. There is usually an added financial charge on top of that total amount as well, making it easier to pay for the product for your prospect. This type of offer also works well for a downsell, where they say no to a previous upsell. In this case, you can simply make the same offer in the downsell, but just add the ability to break up the payments. Oftentimes, people want to buy, but the price is too high, at least too high all at once. They're willing to pay, but they're not willing to pay the full amount today. An alternative variation of this is to offer payment terms where they pay 0 or very little, like a very small amount, like $1.99 today, but they can really be any amount you want. And then the next payment is for the remaining or the full price. So this is a variation on a trial offer. You're reducing the cost up front, making it easier for them to accept the offer. You can use this case on offers that are fairly low dollar amounts too. You can say pay nothing now, and we'll bill you the rest in 30 days once you've had a chance to experience the product. Now, of course, there's exposure of risk here, and one caveat with payment terms is that you have to watch your chargeback rate closely. Sometimes the prospect has reached their credit card limit, and you're unable to accept the second or third payment. The fourth is shipping. Free shipping is the standard these days across major e-commerce retailers, but for example, you'll see the obvious: free shipping for orders over $50. But you can also present this as part of the offer. So the 6-bottle option comes with free shipping, but the 3-bottle and the 1-bottle options do not. Or maybe it's 2 and 6 come with free shipping, or even the 6 and 3 with free shipping, where you keep that sting of shipping price on the 1-bottle offer. If you present this as part of the offer, the decision changes for the prospect. It goes from what else can I add to my cart to get free shipping, if you're doing a offer shipping over a certain amount, almost like they're being penalized for not buying enough, to an enticement to pull you up to the next level from that 1 bottle to the middle option or the big package with the free shipping. The free shipping is pulling you towards that. Free shipping positioned that way becomes more of a premium, which is our next key element of a killer health supplement offer. Premiums or bonuses are a great way to add more value to any offer. You'll see this used a lot in TV commercials or the infomercial world, where they will stack on additional items if you buy now. For example, this extra little gadget or a side item, and in some cases the product as a premium itself, like a BOGO, where you buy plus you get one free. You see this really big in the digital information space as well, with PDF guides and recipe books, and it's usually something that enhances the solution of the product that you're selling. One way the premiums are presented is by adding more of them higher up as the higher price you go. So, for example, if you buy 1 bottle, there may not be any premiums at all, but if you buy 2, you'll get 1 PDF guide. But if you buy 3 bottles, the top offer, you not only get the PDF guide, but you also get the recipe PDF book, and you get digital audio interview, and you get XXYZ. The beauty of a digital premium is that it does not add any fulfillment costs to delivering, and it doesn't add any costs of goods sold. But don't get trapped with just offering digital premiums. The value of digital premiums have really come down in the last several years. Anything that really adds value to a purchase can be used as a premium, even if it's totally unrelated to the product itself. A long time ago, savings and loans banks would offer toasters and silverware for opening up an account, and Sports Illustrated used to offer free phones shaped like a football with a yearly subscription. So those are good examples of something that's not even related to the core product they're buying. There's a lot of room for creativity when it comes to adding premiums to your offers. And if your cost of goods are low enough, you can even offer another bottle for free, or another bottle of a second product that complements that first product. The next element that goes into a killer offer is scarcity, which can be further broken down into time and quantity. We see a lot of countdown timers for health offers, usually on a free trial page, but they are starting to become overly done, and I fear will lose their effectiveness. They already have lost their effectiveness over time. In the testing we've done, however, they have increased conversion rates, so perhaps there's still more life to them. I don't think we'll see them go away anytime soon. You just have to be careful and strategic with how you use them. if a visitor comes back to a page and the timer starts over from 0, or if it counts down and the offer is still available, i.e. Fake timers, the jig is up and the prospect knows it's fake and you just lost a lot of trust. That's not the way to start off a long-term relationship. The other element of scarcity that you can add to the offer is to limit the quantity. This has to make sense with the larger context of the offer, though. If your price is super low for a special reason, then it makes sense to limit the offer to 1 bottle per person. Or if you position the offer as an introductory offer, it can also make a lot of sense for new buyers only. The main rule to remember with any form of scarcity is that it must be believable. Why are you adding scarcity to the offer? Not from a marketing perspective, but from the perspective of the offer itself. The final element of a killer offer is one that you see a lot and has become a standard element these days. That is the guarantee. Whether it's a 30-day, a 60-day, a 90-day, or even 100% money-back guarantees have become standard components of a health supplement offer online. The purpose of the guarantee is to reduce the psychological resistance in the mind of the visitor that exists over whether your product will actually work or not. Typically, the harder you sell, the more lenient you are on the guarantee and the return policy. So, the most lenient any supplement company can be is a guarantee with an empty bottle. Basically, you can get your money back, usually minus shipping, without even returning the empty bottle. And this removes all of the friction on the buyer's part because they can feel safe about buying it, truly risk-free, and get their money back without even needing to box it up. And this is also a good tactic to use in order to build some trust. That would fall under the unconditional guarantee. There's no strings attached. Here's your money back. But there are 9 other types of guarantees that are less used and still very powerful. I'll break them down briefly for you right here. The first is a conditional guarantee. So the buyer has to qualify to get their money back. This is quite typical. And you see this guarantee by sending back the bottle or even sending back an empty bottle in order to get the money back, in order to get the guarantee fulfilled. The next is a money back plus guarantee. This is seen a lot less often, where the buyer gets their money back plus they get something else, like an additional $10 perhaps. Maybe it's in-store credit. The next type is a performance-based guarantee, which is based on results. If your product does not get your buyer the results, they can return it. The next is a time-based guarantee, where the buyer has a limited time to return the product, which can really be added to any of the other guarantees. The longer the time, the better the conversion rate generally. So a 365-day guarantee will likely do better than a 90-day or a 30-day. A lot of inexperienced supplement marketers are afraid to do something longer than a 30 and 90-day. But the longer someone has to return it, the longer they will put off returning it. And the likelihood of them returning it goes way down. The next is a lifetime guarantee, where the buyer can return the item at any time. There is no time limit at all. That is the most extreme of a time-based guarantee. There's also a competitor challenge guarantee, where you're trying to beat a competitor. So if your buyer finds a better product from a competitor, they can return it for a refund, or they can get your product at the same price as the competitor's product. There's a crazy unique guarantee. So this takes many different forms. Really, the sky is the limit here. Maybe you get your money back plus a $100 donation to a charity. You can keep the bonuses guarantee, where the buyer keeps all of the bonuses or free gifts that are included. You can have a satisfaction guarantee, which is a much broader blanket guarantee, where it's kind of a variation of the unconditional guarantee, but focuses more on complete satisfaction. essentially taking away any reason that they would have to return it. For any reason, they can return it no matter what it is. If they don't like the color on the bottle, they can return it. Of course, you can also combine any one of these 10 types of guarantees together. You can combine several of them to make your own guarantee unique. But there is no one part of the offer that is the most important. In fact, it's every single element of the offer that we just went over that becomes vital to the offer itself. All of these elements craft the offer, and each one of them is a lever that can truly have a huge impact on your revenue. Of all the possible elements to split test, the offer is the most important test that an online health company can run. It's the final mental hurdle and marketing hook that gets a prospect to buy, and therefore, of all the elements on the sales page, it has the most impact. If you're stuck on testing button color and calls to action, you're leaving massive growth on the table. You need to increase the impact of optimization and start testing the game-changing stuff that can add rocket fuel to your health business revenue and bottom line. Start testing your offers.
Creative Thirst is a direct response digital agency focusing on conversion rate optimization and A/B testing. We work with dietary supplement companies who are struggling to maximize the profitability of their funnels so they can scale. Through the last 7 years in the online health space, we've optimized many dietary supplement businesses. And in that time, we've uncovered the 3 critical funnels for success. We put together that information in a free digital download called The 3 Funnels Every Health Supplement Business Needs to Build a Multi-million-dollar Empire. You can get that free report by going to creativethirst.com. Scroll down to the appropriate section and click on the blue Get Your eBook button.